And now, ladies and gentlemen, Nate Taylor.
Ladies and gentlemen, dearly beloved, friends, Romans, countrymen, scholars, and the rest of you, we're very glad that you could make it here tonight to see this year's graduating class receive all of our high school diplomas and graduate from high school. There sure are a lot of people here, and to quote the clever hobbit Bilbo Baggins, I know less than half of you half as well as I should like, and I like more than half of you half as well as you deserve. My experience at Southlake with this class before you can only be described through the words of a book that we all suffered through during sophomore year. It's been the best of times, it's been the worst of times. It's been an age of wisdom, it's been an age of foolishness. It's been a season of passing, it's been a season of failing. It's been a spring of hope, it's been the winter of despair. We had everything before us, we had nothing before us. We were all going direct to heaven, we were all going direct to... well, you know the rest. The point is, these past few years at Southlake have had an incredible impact on my life, all of ours really, for the good and for the bad alike. The good news, this speech isn't about the bad times. The bad news, I'm going to be up here for a while talking about the good times. Let's rewind the clock a few years back, shall we? Tuesday, January the 8th, 2008, the first day I came to Southlake Christian Academy. For those of you who don't know, I moved from a small town in Florida where my school housed 11 high schoolers, 4 freshmen, 1 sophomore, 1 junior, and 5 seniors. So my first thought when I stepped into the lobby of Southlake was, wow, this place is huge. For some of you, that's downright hilarious, but for me, it was pretty intimidating. When I arrived, I was awkwardly introduced to Spencer Cole by Miss Betsy. Spencer was the student that I was to shadow for my first day. He took me to my locker and showed me how to open it, a concept which I thought I understood. Then he told me where I would be going for my first class, Bible studies with Mr. Nunes. When I walked into the classroom, all eyes were on me, and I awkwardly sat down at a table. The first person that walked up and introduced themselves to me was Carson Collins. Class started, and I sat silently, taking notes to myself, awkwardly. Before I knew it, the bell rang, and I had lost track of Spencer, or maybe he had lost track of me, on purpose. I had no way of knowing. I found my way back to my locker and tried to open it, for about 10 minutes. Mr. Landis happened to be walking by and helped me open the lock, telling me to hurry on to my next class. So I made my way to the art room, soon discovering that on Tuesdays, D comes directly after A, a concept which I didn't really understand, and I still don't to this day. I ended up getting to class about 20 minutes late, and awkwardly found an empty seat as everyone stared. I stood out more than the Clark's van does in the Southlake parking lot. My entire first day was filled with mess-ups and mishaps, and it took me a while to warm up to Southlake. Freshman year, some people would say it was impossible to get me to talk. Now people have a hard time getting me to shut up, which is what I'm displaying in front of you right now. My first year was pretty rough, I admit. But once I had overcome the first semester, things started getting progressively better. I got involved in the school play for 3 years. I ran for student council. I got to go to Windy Gap, Honea Path in Washington, D.C. I went to the prom. I got to be a high school team football mascot, even though it was only for a little while. And I even tried cross country and wrestling, which the key word in that sentence was tried. My time at Southlake has helped me grow in a person, in character, and in my walk with Christ. And over the years, I have really grown a passion for life. And without this class, none of this would have been possible. The point I'm trying to make here is, I started out feeling completely awkward and disconnected. But now I feel like we've become a family of sorts. An odd one, yes, but a family nonetheless. Even though I've only gone to Southlake for 3.5 years, I feel like I've known these guys my entire life. We've been through the best of times and the worst of times together. We've lived, we've laughed, and we've loved. We've formed friendships that will last a lifetime, and made memories that will last forever. I'm going to miss seeing these guys every day in the hallways. These have been the greatest years of my young life, and I wouldn't trade anything for them. If I were given the choice to start over, I'd do it all again. Live through the good times and the bad, just to get right back where I am today. I'm not too sure how else I can explain it, so I decided to convey my emotions in song. I'm kidding. I know you guys probably didn't want to sit through this entire speech. To be honest, I really didn't either, but considering I'm the one giving it, I kind of have to. These things usually end with some sort of challenge or charge to the class to achieve in the future. The truth is, life isn't always going to be fair, and you've got to live and learn to overcome it. The dedicated experimental physicist Cave Johnson once said, "When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad. I don't want your stupid lemons. What am I supposed to do with these? Demand to see life's manager. Make life rue the day it ever offered you lemons. Get out there and show life who's boss." To wrap up, I decided to throw in one more pop culture referencing quote, as you all know I love to do, in order to give you one last inspiring concept to grasp. All I want to say to you guys is the same thing that Robin Williams told a group of lost teenagers, much like ourselves, in the film Dead Poets Society. Carpe diem. Seize the day. Make your lives extraordinary. Get out there, follow your dream, and do what God wants you to do. And I promise it will be well worth it in the end. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'll finally bring the speech to a close. I know you've all been looking forward to this part. Thank you again for coming to see our graduating class. It's been such a pleasure. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.